Well, hello, friends, and welcome in to Storyland on this lovely Thursday night. I hope you are doing well on this night before Halloween. If you celebrate, October 30th, if you don't, um, great to be with you. You may notice I do not have my turkey leg headbands. It's because they broke. Plastic inside here broke. So I'm going to have to get myself some new turkey leg headbands. I've had these for quite a while. I've enjoyed them. I do have another pair. They're in my in the other room. Um, and I no. So these are going in the garbage. And I'll have those for my next stream. So anyway, welcome in, guys. Let me say hello to everyone in the chat. Tony O'Tower, welcome in. I Heart Disney, welcome in. And I will get to that question in a second, Tony. And just to clarify what Storyland is, Jordan, Epcot Forever, hello. Oh, I gotta highlight. Who else is in here? All right, we'll probably have some more friends popping in here before you know it. So to answer your question, Tony, to clarify, Storyland is my stream where I go live and I read stories. And the vast majority of them are Disney, but I do love Peanuts. And so, like tonight, um, I am reading Peanuts. Wanted to show again because it fits the occasion. This is a greeting card that I showed it the other night on my Let's Talk Turkey on Saturday night. This is a greeting card I got featuring the Peanuts. There's Linus and Sally, and then you've got on the back there's Charlie Brown and his ghost. I got a rock, and then the house, the background there. And then on the side, you've got these other kids in the costume. Now, the press here does not work anymore. Yep, does not work anymore. Um, Actually, I do have a short of this on the channel. So you have to go find it. Or, Robin, if you would like to, wouldn't mind going and getting, I've got a short with this. Um, on the channel where you actually hear what it does. Um, and I've also got this card. I have another one that it's in the other room just as a decoration, and then this one is here. There's Charlie Brown and Sally with Snoopy up there. And then turn it around, and then you've got Snoopy up there still. And then Lucy and Linus. Um, Robin. Okay, Robin, I've got a short on the channel featuring this card back when the Press Me actually worked. It has the sound on it. So if you can't find it, that's okay. I'll find it. I'll put it in the comments below. But it's in my shorts. Mark Langenkamp, welcome in. Hello, Jason Thibodeau. Welcome in. And Ryan Rowe, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. All right, well, we're 5 minutes in, and so I'm going to get reading. T-Town Mary Ellen, hello. Mary Ellen, I'm in my pumpkin patch. I know you've mentioned that before, that you wanted to see me in my pink pumpkin patch. All right, so before I read, really quickly, I'm going to show this. This I just got this, and I've shown this before a couple times. So this I got at the home goods store, and it's just a um, little decoration, I guess, and then it's got the pumpkin on the lid. So I got that, and so next year I'll have it out earlier for as a decoration. I don't know what I'll put in it because I don't really eat candy. Um, anyway, let us start with the stories. After all, that is why we're here. Main Street Nick, hello, welcome in. And here we go. If you guys have not already, bop the like button if you're liking what you're watching. If you want to watch more, you're invited to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're watching on the replay, leave me a comment below. First story tonight. It's the Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. This is by Charles M. Schulz. Adapted by Kara McMahon. Illustrated by Scott Geralds. Every fall, the leaves on the trees turn brown and fall off the branches. Pumpkins grow big and plump in their patches. The air grows cooler, and people start to think about their Halloween costumes. And every fall, Linus writes a very important letter. Thank you, Robin. Let me, yeah, yeah. That's the card. That's the link. That's the short with the card. Okay. Dear Great Pumpkin, Linus writes, I'm looking forward to your arrival on Halloween night. I hope you will bring me lots of presents. Who are you writing to? Asked Charlie Brown. The Great Pumpkin, Linus replies. On Halloween night, the Great Pumpkin rises out of his pumpkin patch and flies through the air with his bag of toys for all the children. Oh, all the children. Linus's sister Lucy isn't happy that Linus is writing to the Great Pumpkin. You'll make me the laughing stock of the neighborhood, she complains. But Charlie Brown's sister, Sally, doesn't think Linus is crazy. She thinks Linus is wonderful. He is her sweet baboo. Mm. Wouldn't you like to sit with me in the pumpkin patch on Halloween night and wait for the Great Pumpkin? Linus asks. Sally is thrilled. I love to, she tells Linus. Later that day, Charlie Brown has a surprise waiting for him in the mailbox. I got an invitation to a Halloween party, he exclaims. Lucy thinks the invitation must be a mistake. There were two lists, she tells Charlie Brown. One to invite and one not to invite. Charlie Brown knows which list he was probably on, but he decides to go to the party anyway. On Halloween night, everyone is planning to go to the party, except Linus. My blockhead brother will be out in the pumpkin patch making his yearly fool of himself, Lucy grumbles. She can't understand why Linus would choose to miss out on all the fun that Halloween has to offer by sitting around in a pumpkin patch. Everyone puts on their costumes. Lucy is dressed as a witch. Charlie Brown is dressed as a ghost. But no one can tell what he's supposed to be because he had some trouble with the scissors. Sally is also dressed as a ghost, and so is Schroeder. They figured out how to use the scissors just fine. Pigpen is dressed as a ghost too. Everyone can tell which ghost he is because a cloud of dust surrounds him. Then Snoopy walks by, also dressed in a costume. Who in the world is that? Asked Lucy. He's a World War I flying ace, Charlie Brown explains. Now I've seen everything, Lucy says. Welcome in, Gloria. Welcome in. Hope you are doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Lucy declares that everyone will go trick-or-treating first and then go to the Halloween party. As they pass by the pumpkin patch, thinking they have come. Have you come to sing pumpkin carols with me? He asks. You blockhead, Lucy yells at her brother. You're going to miss all the fun, just like last year. Don't talk like that, Linus cries. The great pumpkin will come because I am in the most sincere pumpkin patch. Oh, good grief, Lucy exclaims. She marches off with her friends. It looks like no one wants to join Linus in the pumpkin patch to wait for the great pumpkin. Except, what about Sally? Sally is torn. She doesn't want to miss out on all the fun of trick-or-treating and a party, but Linus is her sweet baboo. What should she do? Sally runs back to the pumpkin patch. I'm glad you came back, Linus tells her. You'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes. Linus is positive the great pumpkin will pick this patch. Why wouldn't he? The great pumpkin chooses the most sincere patch to visit every year. And how could a pumpkin patch be more sincere than this one? Sally hopes Linus is right. Meanwhile, the rest of the kids go trick-or-treating. Tricks or treats, money or eats, they yell at the first door. Everyone compares what they got. I got 5 pieces of candy, brags Lucy. I got a chocolate bar, exclaims Patty. I got a quarter, says Violet happily. I got a rock, says Charlie Brown sadly. And that happens at every door. All the other kids get wonderful treats like candy, gum, and popcorn balls. Charlie Brown gets rocks. Aw, poor guy. Lucy decides they have done enough trick-or-treating and that it's time to go to the party. After all, everyone has a bag filled to the brim with treats. Everyone except Charlie Brown. He has a bag full of rocks. On their way to the party, they pass by the pumpkin patch again. The kids laugh at Linus and Sally for waiting there instead of coming to the party. The great pumpkin will be here, Sally yells, defending Linus. After the kids walk by, Sally turns to Linus. All right, Where is he? She asks. He'll be here, Linus assures her. I hope so, Sally replies. Think of all the fun we're missing. And the Halloween party is a lot of fun. For everyone except Charlie Brown. At first, Charlie Brown thinks his night is looking up when the other kids ask him to be the model for the jack-o'-lantern. That sounds like a great honor, but then he realizes that being the model means having Violet draw a big pumpkin face on the back of his head. Hmm. Meanwhile, in the pumpkin patch, Sally is growing tired of waiting for the great pumpkin. If anyone had told me I'd be waiting in a pumpkin patch on Halloween night, I'd have said they were crazy, she complains. Just then, she and Linus hear a rumbling noise. They see a shadow emerging from the pumpkin patch. It's the great pumpkin! Rising out of the pumpkin patch, Linus yells. He is so excited to see the great pumpkin that he faints. And that's the part that is featured in that short that I mentioned earlier that Robin put the link to. But it isn't the great pumpkin after all. It is just the World War I flying ace on his way back from a very important mission. Linus wakes up and asks Sally what happened. I was robbed, howled Sally. Halloween is over, and I missed it. She stomps out of the pumpkin patch, leaving Linus all alone to wait for the great pumpkin. Linus falls asleep waiting, and later that night, Lucy comes to bring him home and tuck him into his warm bed. The next day, Charlie Brown tries to make Linus feel better. Don't take it too hard that the great pumpkin never showed up, he tells his friend. But Linus doesn't feel let down. Just wait till next year, he tells Charlie Brown. I'll find the most sincere pumpkin patch, and I'll sit in that pumpkin patch until the great pumpkin arrives. Or appears. And that is the end of our first story tonight. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Oh, thank you, Robin. Yeah, I like to try to do an impression of the voices. All right. So that was our first story. Second story. We're going to move on with our second story. Before I do want to quickly promote tomorrow morning, bright and early at or around 7:15 a.m. I will be live from the beach watching a sunrise, doing a nice little relaxing stroll on the beach as we kick off Friday, Halloween, whatever you refer to it as, the new day. And I hope you'll be able to join me or catch it on the replay. That's tomorrow morning at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, our second story is The Great Pumpkin Returns. The Great Pumpkin Returns. This is, of course, a sequel to what we just read. This is a newer story. This is by Charles M. Schulz. Adapted by Jason Cooper. I guess maybe it's not newer. Anyway, adapted by Jason Cooper, illustrated by Scott Geralds. Every fall, while all the kids in the neighborhood pick out their Halloween costumes, Linus Van Pelt sits at home and writes a very important letter. Dear Great Pumpkin, I am looking forward to your arrival on Halloween night. I will be waiting for you, as usual, in my pumpkin patch. And there's all the kids figuring out their costumes. Except Linus. He's written himself a letter to the Great Pumpkin. Unfortunately, not everyone believes in the Great Pumpkin. Linus's sister, Lucy, is one of those people. Don't tell me you're writing another letter to that ridiculous fruit, Lucy says. You're the only person in the whole world who believes in that fairy tale. There's no such thing as the Great Pumpkin. No. Did she say that? Linus thinks Lucy is wrong. He's not a fairy tale. He's real, he tells her. Then Linus gets an idea. I'll show you, says Linus. I'll find someone else who believes in the Great Pumpkin. And on Halloween night, we'll wait in the pumpkin patch together. Hmm. Linus asks Sally if she would like to wait with him for the great pumpkin. Let me reread that. Linus asks Sally if she would like to wait with him for the great pumpkin's return. Not again, Sally says. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and I sue. She weren't born yesterday, I tell you that. Linus asks other friends, but is surprised to learn that none of them believe in the great pumpkin. Not Franklin, not Pigpen, not Marcy. Great grape, Marcy says. Not even Linus's best friend, good old Charlie Brown, believes. Come on, Charlie Brown. You believe in the great pumpkin, don't you? Linus asks. Charlie Brown appreciates that this is very important to Linus, but he has to be honest. Well, says Charlie Brown, I believe that you believe in the great pumpkin. Does that help at all? Linus feels defeated. No one believes in the great pumpkin, Linus complains to his friend, Peppermint Patty. What's a great pumpkin? Peppermint Patty asks. Linus's eyes light up. Every Halloween night, the great pumpkin arises majestically from a sincere pumpkin patch and showers his believers with presents and warm autumn wishes, he explains. Brian, hello, welcome in. Really? asked Peppermint Patty. Yes, warm autumn wishes, Linus repeats. And presents? Peppermint Patty asks. Fabulous presents, Linus tells her. But you must have faith and accept his presents with a pure heart and deep sense of gratitude. I can do that, shouts Peppermint Patty. Peppermint Patty shakes Linus's hand excitedly. That sounds fantastic. Count me in. If there are presents, then I believe in the great pumpkin too, she says. The day before Halloween, Marcy asks Peppermint Patty for advice. What costume should I wear, sir? Astronaut or restaurant critic? You can never go wrong with circus clown, says Peppermint Patty. What will you be wearing? Marcy asks. I'm not trick-or-treating this year, Peppermint Patty announces. I'm waiting for the great pumpkin with Linus. Marcy thinks Peppermint Patty is making a bad decision. Don't do that, sir. The great zucchini isn't real. Pumpkin, corrects Peppermint Patty. I believe in him. I even wrote him a letter. As for trick-or-treating, I'll just send my Halloween candy bag with you. You can drop it off for me when it's full. Good plan. At last it's Halloween night. Linus is waiting patiently in the pumpkin patch when he sees two familiar faces, Snoopy and Woodstock. Okay, the stream should be back. Did it glitch? Because I got the circle and my internet. Okay, so I'm back. For some reason, my computer decided to connect to the regular um, internet instead of the extender, which is on this side of the house. Okay, so I think I'm going to start over with this one. At last it's Halloween night. Linus is waiting patiently in the pumpkin patch when he sees two familiar faces, Snoopy and Woodstock. Are you waiting for the great pumpkin too? Linus asks. Snoopy shakes his head no. Sorry, old sport, we must be going, Snoopy thinks, patting Linus on the back. We're on a top secret mission. Woodstock chirps in excitement, and Snoopy continues his thought. That's right. That house over there is giving out homemade popcorn balls. Peppermint Patty finally arrives at the pumpkin patch. When's this great pumpkin guy supposed to show up? She asks. Who knows? That's part of the fun, cheers Linus. Well, I'll wait as long as I have to, just so long as I get my new baseball glove, says Peppermint Patty. That's what I asked the great pumpkin to bring me. Linus is shocked. You can't ask for something specific, he says. The great pumpkin brings whatever he chooses to bring you. If anything at all, he is benevolent and exercises his own judgment. You've insulted him. He's never going to show up now. How was I supposed to know that? Peppermint Patty hollers. It's not like you gave me a brochure to read. Linus is furious. Get out, he says. Leave this pumpkin patch. Oh boy. Linus looks to the sky and cries out, Forgive me, great pumpkin. I didn't mean to insult you. Bring me whatever you want, or don't. It's fine either way. Just show up this year, please. An hour passes, then another one. Linus wishes Peppermint Patty was still waiting with him. He feels embarrassed about insulting the great pumpkin and ashamed of how he treated his friend. Mm. Linus is still in the pumpkin patch when Snoopy and Woodstock return. Snoopy is carrying a plate full of homemade popcorn balls. Snoopy stops and gives Linus a popcorn ball. He thinks to himself, "Poor chap, looks like he's had a rough night. Have a treat. This mission was hard on us all." Snoopy and Woodstock march back home. The next day, Linus bumps into Marcy, Charlie Brown, and Peppermint Patty. Linus looks at Peppermint Patty. "I'm sorry for how mean I was to you. I just wanted to see the great pumpkin so badly that I lost my temper." "Don't feel bad, Linus," Peppermint Patty says. "There's always next year." "It's always the same," complains Linus. "I wait and he never shows up. I should stop believing in the great pumpkin." "Oh no, Linus, don't do that." "Don't stop believing." Marcy now understands how upset Linus is. "Don't stop believing," she tells him. "Your belief in the great pumpkin makes you a dreamer. The world needs dreamers." Marcy's kindness makes Linus feel better. "You're right. Next year I'll make a pumpkin patch. Wait, next year I'll make that pumpkin patch even more sincere." "Who's with me?" Linus asks. "Not us," says Marcy, "but we are behind you." "Last night wasn't all bad," Linus continues, thinking about it. "After all, Snoopy did bring me a popcorn ball." "Yes, he did." "Oh, yes, he did." "You spent all night in a pumpkin patch and got a popcorn ball?" Charlie Brown sighs. "I went trick-or-treating for hours, and I only got a toothbrush." Well, it's better than a rock, I'll say that. And that is the end of The Great Pumpkin Returns. Alrighty then, that'll do it for this edition of Storyland. Um, Thank you all for coming in, and that's going to do it for tonight. I will be live tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:15 or right around there, um, Eastern Time, and I will be watching the sunrise from the beach. I hope you will join me. It looks to be a beautiful morning. Um, and then the next stream that I have scheduled after that, I might be live Saturday night. I'm not sure, but I will schedule that stream if I decide to go. And so look for that Saturday night, a little chat. Let's Talk Turkey. And then, but the next stream that I have currently scheduled is on Wednesday, coming up next week on November 5th from Hollywood Studios. And that is, I believe that's at 10 o'clock. And then, yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Everyone live in the chat, or everyone in the live chat, everyone on the replay. Again, make sure to leave me a comment. And yeah, so have a gobbletastic night and a great Halloween if you celebrate. Don't eat too much candy. Brush if you eat candy, and so you don't get the cavities. Um, Charlie Brown's gonna be able to brush. He got a toothbrush. That's good. So anyway, take care, guys. Bye, and I'll see you later.